Thank you for joining us. We begin tonight with a school in Murnum that's been taking a different approach to student learning. And our Zach Kenny has more on that. City crews are nearing the completion of the Lloydminster-wide residential snow removal after the city saw a large amount of snowfall over the holidays.
I've talked to several people that have lived here a lot longer than I have, and they said it's been an awful long time since we saw this much snow.
Now, the snow removal process started back on January 3rd, and this is the second residential snow removal the city has undertaken this winter. Snow in the orange, green, and pink zones have been removed. Crews are now working, though, on clearing the blue and yellow zones. While the weather has been warm this week, cold weather has made things more challenging for city crews. A Saskatoon family says they're growing frustrated with a lack of medical specialists in the province. With no pediatric gastroenterologists practicing here, the single mother and her 9-year-old son say they've been left without any help as his condition worsens. CTV's Keenan Sorokhan has the story. Both Lloydminster school divisions are benefiting from a partnership with the Lloydminster Region Health Foundation through the SHINE program. SHINE is now expanding into grade 8 classes in all Lloydminster schools, and our Shelby Clark has more in this week's Beyond the Classroom. Good morning, hello, and welcome to our broadcast of the 2022 Lloyd X Fair Parade. Our broadcast today is brought to you by Denham Chrysler here in Lloydminster. I'm pleased to be joined alongside Shelby Clark. It's great to be doing this with you, Shelby, and we are super excited. Such a nice day here in Lloydminster. Just taking a look at our almanac here in Lloydminster, 26 was the high we saw today here in the border city, and that's a little bit warmer than our average high for this time of the year, as we've been seeing a very unseasonably warm start to, it's not even summer yet, but start to the summer season, and we're going to see that sun will be setting just before 10 o'clock tonight. Love to see those nice long days. So taking a look now at current conditions here in the border city, we're currently sitting at a nice, beautiful, sunny 24 degrees here in Lloydminster. These soldiers are taking part in the Canadian Army's largest and most complex training exercise of 2023. Maple Resolve 23 is being conducted in an immersive environment. A complex scenario has been created in which the Canadian Armed Forces are called to fight alongside NATO allies. Personnel have taken part in an urban fight as well as a defensive operation similar to those ongoing in the Donbass region right now.
Here they are tested to the point of failure, but in a good way, to get those lessons observed, but more importantly, lessons learned in full-scale, large-scale combat operations.
Most of the soldiers participating in this exercise are part of the 5th Canadian Mechanized Brigade Group based in Valcartier, Quebec. Hundreds of soldiers from the US and UK are assisting with the exercise, and private contractors are also adding to the realism.
The civilians, the displaced persons, the refugees, also our casualties, we call it moulage, but they'll make a person look like they've just been in a fire or an accident or even blown up or shot. And so our medical personnel can treat them with a lot of realism.
They will actually come through here on our rickshaw and come all the way through here.
This is the 1st Canadian Field Hospital. It's the first time in about a decade that it's been set up in Wainwright as part of this exercise.
They can estimate expected casualties, both killed in action and wounded in action, and we typically play the scenario play out like that so that it's actually matching what's happening out in the battle space.
It's important to prepare for mass casualty evacuations, as major combat operations in Ukraine have a higher number of casualties compared to during Canada's time in Afghanistan.
We have designed our enemy force to be very similar to the enemy that we would see east of our enhanced forward presence in Latvia. And so that scenario is very specific to what we've engaged with in Latvia. So we're training for that.
For Primetime Local News, I'm Jace Maki. Lloydminster's new event facility now has a new name, and it's all part of a multi-year agreement worth millions of dollars. Lloydminster Place is no more.
The region's newest event facility will be called the Cenovus Energy Hub.
The announcement was made by Cenovus Energy CEO John McKenzie at Cenovus Place before a community celebration and reveal was held at Bud Miller Park. The 15-year deal will see Cenovus put $5 million towards construction and programming. In exchange, the facility will be named the Cenovus Energy Hub.
This is our largest community investment ever in Lloydminster, and is just one of the ways that we can show how important this community is to us.
Officials say Cenovus Energy Hub was chosen to highlight the fact that this facility will be used for more than just hockey.
The hub, really a gathering point and the center of a lot of activities. And this is not just the Lloydminster facility, it's a regional facility that will serve our greater area for people to enjoy, to participate, and to visit.
Cenovus Energy acquired Husky Energy in 2021 and operates an upgrader and refinery in Lloydminster, employing over 2,000 people.
It really does kind of represent our long-term view and interest in Lloydminster, really being at the heart of our operations going forward.
Once completed, the facility will include multiple ice surfaces capable of hosting large-scale tournaments and concerts, with plans for slow-pitch diamonds on site. The chair of the fundraising committee says this partnership is very exciting.
This was beyond our expectations. It's amazing to have a sponsor start us to this level.
One amenity that won't be part of this facility is a pool. Mayor Albers says while the city does need more pool space, the arena is a higher priority.
Chances are you'll likely be talking to the next council after 2024 about the needs of the city, and the swimming pool, I'm sure, will be on that list.
Fundraising for the project will continue to ramp up while the city lobbies Alberta for funding. The governments of Canada and Saskatchewan are jointly putting $33 million into the project. Construction will start later this year, with the building being in operation by the winter of 2025. For Primetime Local News, I'm Jace Maki.